Good afternoon once again, all my comic addicted friends out there in the YouTube comic community. Comic Order 410 here today, bringing you installment part 21 of my Keys variants and such. Hope everyone's doing well. I moved 2 months ago and I've just been a little behind in showing a lot of my pickups, so just going to get some stuff out of the way so I can file it away. Get started here. I was happy to get this Showcase 73. Been wanting this book for a long time, just never pulled the trigger on it. Big Creeper fan, and this is the first appearance of the Creeper, and one of the main reasons I'm a big Creeper fan is it's Steve Ditko's work here. This is a gorgeous Steve Ditko cover. Any of you that collect comics, I don't really need to tell you how great Steve Ditko is, but his DC and Charlton work never got the recognition that his Marvel work did for obvious reasons, but I still really like the Creeper. Happy to get this. Not in the best shape, but I got an excellent deal on this in the next book because of the condition. It's got some stressing around the staples. Little minute rubbing on the bottom corner, a small fox here on that corner, but the major flaw is something caused some flaking here above the Creeper's head, and you can see some exposed paper there. So a couple dings in the spine, but got this in the next book, I think for like 30 or 35 for the pair. This is a really rough copy of Showcase 76. This is the first appearance of Batlash. Wanted to grab this because I saw it cheap. This is not something I have to have in a high grade. I'm a big Jonah Hex fan, and just through reading that, I've been introduced to the other DC Western characters like Batlash and Diablo, Scalp Hunter, Cinnamon, all of them. So, yeah, don't have to have a high-grade copy of this, but was able to add it to my collection cheap, so I just grabbed it. Many of you know I'm a big fan of the Bronze Age, Marvel Giant Size, and the DC 100-page specials, and I like to pick them up when I see them. And I got this Giant Size Master Kung Fu #1 at a half price sale, so I think I got it for $5 or $6. And I also want to say, if you want to see a nice collection of Giant Size Marvels, Costin Bromstar just uploaded his collection of Giant Size Marvels. He's got some awesome books, so go check that out. And Scott, hope you're feeling well, buddy. Hope everything's going well with you. I was a big fan of the Real Ghostbusters animated series as a kid, and had the Now comics when I was younger. I already had #1, but I saw this set of 1 through 4 priced really nicely. They're in great shape, and it was half price, so I grabbed them. This is Real Ghostbusters #1 with a gorgeous cover by the great Ken Steacy. I think he did all 4 of these covers, actually. And he also did the art chores on Now Comics Astro Boy series. I thought he did a great job on that. Here's issue #2. I also think it's kind of interesting here in the direct edition UPC symbol. They put the creator credits, which I actually think is pretty handy dandy for collectors, like you could see, where writers and runs end and begin, and who drew the interiors without having to take the books out of the bag. That'd be pretty convenient, but it obviously did not catch on. Here's issue #3. Really dig this Ken Steacy cover. This is a nice one. Toxic monster there. And here's Real Ghostbusters #4. And as you can see, it didn't even catch on here because they're not even putting it the creator credits in the UPC symbol on this issue. So didn't catch on, but just thought it was a semi-interesting footnote there. This is a recent book. Many of you know I'm a big Disney fan, so I asked my shop to pull this for me. I was actually really shocked that Disney would do a Figment series because most people don't know. I mean, why would you know who he is? I could be wrong. I don't think they've ever done an animated, cartoon nothing of Figment. To my knowledge, the only way you'd know Figment is if you had been to Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. In their Epcot Center, they have a ride called Journey into Imagination, which they created Figment for. And to my knowledge, that's the only place I've seen him. So it's kind of weird they'd use this character. Those of you that haven't been there, the Journey into Imagination ride is the big, huge golf ball looking structure you see sometimes. So also understand that a lot of orders exceeded the print run on #1 and 2 of Figment. So a lot of shops got shorted apparently, but Kind of surprised they even did this, so have to read it and see what it's all about. But honestly, I think this cover by John Tyler Christopher is friggin' gorgeous. And he's done a lot of really great cover work for Marvel lately. Speaking of great Marvel covers, I had to get this Thanos annual, and I had to get the Jim Starlin cover. It's a beauty. Big Thanos fan. Can't wait to read that. I'm a little behind in my reading. My Polish shop knows I'm a big Art Adams fan, so they've been pulling these Original Sin Art Adams covers for me. This one's nice with Iron Man, Storm, Doctor Strange, Black Widow. Got Deadpool in the background. Really like that rendering of Green Goblin, too. Maybe we should get Art Adams on some Spidey covers. I'm all for that. Rather see him drawing the covers than Humberto. For damn sure. Here's another Art Adams cover. This is the new Dynamite relaunch to Vampirella, issue number 1. Another beauty of an Art Adams cover here. Really dig that one. Have to read that and see how the new series is. I've been working on my Deadpool Volume 1, so I was really happy to grab this. This sharp copy of Deadpool 69. This is the final issue with a awesome cover here by Udon Studios' Alvin Lee. Really like his work. And they canceled this, but it led directly into the Agent X series. I never really was sure what their motivation was behind doing that. Instead of just, I guess the sales on Deadpool were just that dead. No pun intended. Got a great deal on these. Well, this, I'm not showing the rest. This is First Comics American Flag, number 1, by Howard Chaykin. And this is a pretty hot book in the late 80s, and I saw this shop had issues 1 through 22 bundled for $25, and it was a half price sale, so I got them for $12.50. So some good reading in there, I'm sure. Was so stoked to finally get these. I had a first print of number 1 when I was younger, but I traded my Dark Horse Aliens number 1 and my Dark Horse Predator number 1 to my friend's brother for Neil Gaiman's Sandman number 1. So I don't think I made out too bad on that trade, but the first printings of Aliens number 1 are kind of hard to come by. I see them go anywhere from like $30 to $60. And just always wanted these again. This series is from 1988, and I could be wrong. I think it might be Dark Horse's first licensed comic. I remember reading Boris the Bear and Concrete before this, but this is a really early one from 88, the 6-issue mini. Gorgeous cover here. I'm not sure who did the covers to these, but they're really nice. But got the bundle for $20, and I'd have paid $20 for 2 through 6 in first printing. Oh, because yeah, sorry, that's the downside. The number 1 I just showed second printing, so I have to find a first printing. But that's why I was speaking on how rare the first printings were and what I'm going to have to pay for one. But I'm going to get it. I would have paid $20 for just 2 through 6 because these are in nice shape. Just very happy to have this completed now. Cool cover there to number 2. Gonna have to look up and see who did these. Number 3. Aliens number 4. Really basic color palettes. You can tell it's one of their earlier books in terms of production value, but the art's great, but really kind of non-complex color palettes on these covers here. And it was black and white interior. A lot of their books were at this point. And this is the final issue, Aliens number 6. So happy, very happy to finally have put that together after all these years, and I did it pretty cheap. Now I'm going to show my Harley Quinn stuff. I don't have the Harley Quinn collection many people do. I don't have her first appearance in Batman Adventures. That thing's just gone bonkers. But I did get this 3 or 4 years ago at Baltimore Comic Con. This is my copy of Batman Adventures Mad Love. And I think even then it was like a $40 or $50 book. It was already kind of hot. But as many of you know, Harley stuff is very hot right now. Reason I'm showing my Harley stuff is I just picked this book up a week or 2 ago, and the quick story was I wanted this book, but as many of you know, it's gone up a lot, and I'm mad that I didn't buy it earlier because I've always loved this gorgeous Alex Ross painted cover of Harley and Joker. It's been reproed in posters. I used to have a t-shirt of it, It's a very famous cover, and this is Harley's first appearance in regular DC continuity. So it's heated up a bit, and a local shop had this copy, and they had $125 on it, and I was just like, no way can I pay that. And after the fact, I was talking with my buddy Comics Quest, and he's a big Harley fan, and he's like, you know, those books are outrageous right now. He's like, but they, you know, the hype isn't dying down yet, and a lot of people like Harley, a lot of people collect Harley. It is. It's one of the hottest properties in comics right now, and he's like, if you want that, if you think you're going to want to buy that book, he's like, you might want to get it. He's like, it could go up even more if you really think you want to have it. If you have a good rapport with that shop and you think it's a near mint copy, look at what they're going for on eBay. If you have a good rapport, you think you can talk them down, it might be worth getting. So when I went back a month later, they had the book, talked the guy down to $80, and I bought it. I'm kind of a cheapskate, so I'm still kind of mad I paid $80 for it. Not quite what they're going for online, but it's one of those books you regret not buying earlier. But looking over this copy, it's in the 9.4 or 9.6 range. Small fleck of white on the top there. Everything else sharp. I don't even think the person who owned this read this. Super, super minute flake of white showing on the bottom right corner. Spine on this thing, there's no rubbing. It's perfect. Top to bottom. There actually is a small, if you can see it, small fleck of white there. So, but that's it. So yeah, I pulled the trigger on it. And for me, that's kind of expensive. I'd be hard pressed to think of a modern book I've paid that much for any time lately. So, but I'm glad to have it. It's out of the way, and it's a good copy I got to evaluate before I purchased it, which it helps in my mind when I get to look at it and grade it for myself. But some of the other Harley stuff I didn't pay as much for, so that helped justify that purchase in my mind, at least. I've been getting Batman for a long time, so I got these Joker Asylum one-shots pulled when they came out, and this is the Harley Quinn one-shot. So at least I got this one for cover price, because I've seen this fetching $40 and $50 too. It's a beautiful cover. I think it's Joe Quinones. I don't know. May not be him on that cover. But a very nice cover there, regardless. This is my 1 in 25 variant to Harley Quinn Zero. It's by Stefan Roux. I really like this cover with all the DC villains in the background. And I had some other variants, but I gave them to a good friend who's a big Harley fan, because I thought he'd appreciate them more from me, or more than I would, you know. And he's been very generous to me, so definitely wanted to help him out, because he couldn't find the variant to number 1. So this is my regular edition of Harley Quinn number 1, the new series. I guess this would be volume 2. Don't have any of the volume 1. Besides Zero, the only other Harley Quinn variant that I kept was issue number 5, and it's because it's a Mad variant by Sergio Aragonis, and I'm a big fan of his. And of course you see Alfred E. Harley, but there's the caricature of Sergio he did in the ruins of Arkham. And then you have his cartoon versions of all the inmates escaping there. Pretty cool stuff. I'm a big fan of his. So I wanted to have that one. My shop held this for me too recently. And I don't know, maybe some of you can tell me. I've seen a lot of people showing off these bombshell covers. Some of them are gorgeous. This is the only one. I only go pick my books up like every 3 or 4 weeks. So most of them are gone, but they did hold this at cover price for me. And I was hoping some of you might be able to tell me, were these books, were the actual variants, were the equal print run, were shops selling them for more than the regular cover, were they cover price or what? So if anybody could let me know, I'd appreciate it. But this is the Harley Quinn number 7 bombshell cover. And I need to look up and see who did this. Oh wait, it's right there. No, it's not. It just says Cherry Bomb. But yeah, not sure. I'm looking. I don't see who drew this. But it's a very gorgeous cover, so I was glad they held that for me. And last but not least, with the Harley Quinn, I want to show this. I've shown this before. Buzz Hassan, living corpse creator and artist, took this blank Harley Quinn Zero cover. I can get some focus. Let's see here, sorry. But yeah, he took this blank Harley Quinn Zero and did an animated Harley and Joker wraparound sketch for me, color and everything. And he actually he supplied this blank Harley Quinn Zero variant. He did this for $50. This whole thing, gorgeous. And I like the way the smoke in Harley's gun kind of goes off page and comes back and connects to Joker's gun. Very cool. My buddy Buzz knocked that out the park. He's awesome. Please buy The Living Corpse. Got this book. They're out of order, but I needed part 5 and 6 of the Bloodstone Hunt, of course. And this shop had them for, I think it was $3 or $4 a piece, so I grabbed them. This is part 6. And one of these is first appearance of Crossbones. That's why they usually go for a little more, and that's why I needed to get them. I'm not sure if 5's his first cameo and 6's his first full or what. But, yeah, I got both of these for like $3 or $4. Bloodstone Part 5, Cap 361. So, happy to get those out of the way. Moving along, I want to give big thanks to my friend Vin Crew 12,000. He knows I like to collect the Marvel price test cover variants and the Marvel and DC Whitman variants. And he referred me to a really awesome site about the Whitman variants that showed the various types of Whitman logos and said which ones were the rarest. And so thank you for that. I found that site very informative. This one I already had, but I wanted to show it because apparently, according to the site, this Whitman logo here, this is the clear logo or the white circle. And these are the most rare. The site said rare and tough to find, extremely rare, or unlikely in high grade, or something like that. And this is, I think this is Batman 316, or Batman 318, excuse me. Thought I wrote it down. No, I didn't. Sorry. But yeah, Batman 316 or Batman 318. The only downside of the Whitman variants, they don't have the issue number on the cover, but this one's, I'd say, probably in the 90, 92 range. It's a really bright, gorgeous copy. And I was able to get this awesome Jose Luis Garcia Lopez cover signed by him at Baltimore last year. And I'm a big fan of his. And he was very nice. So happy to have that. Big thanks to Vin Crew. This one is Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes 246. I got this whole stack that I'm about to show of Whitman variants. This one was $10. All the rest were like $4. Some were even $2. I don't even know if the guy really knew what they were. But this one's interesting to me, this Legion 246, because it has the Starburst style price box, but it's blank. It's empty. It's got a red logo, but it's empty. And the very next one I got is Legion 247. So it's the very next issue. Same red logo here, but it's got 40 cents in the price box. So if you can see them side by side here. Same logo, red logo, all new. The price box is empty. So I just thought that was interesting because of all the DC Whitmans I have, that's the only one with the blank price box. So very cool. Glad I've got those. This is an awesome Joe Staton cover here on the Legion 247. Here we have Whitman variant to Legion 248. And I had to write down the numbers so I didn't, write them on the tape on the back of the Mylar, so I don't have to open them to check the issue number. Really like this cover to Action 482. This Whitman variant here has a Mazo coming at the Supermobile. And I used to have a little, I think it was made by Corgi, but it was a little Matchbox Hot Wheels sized die-cast Supermobile. And you press a button, a little fist pop out, and I used to have that as a kid. I'd like to track one of those down. Awesome Garcia Lopez cover here on Action 487. And another Whitman variant. All these are Whitmans. And I like how they have the Superman and the UPC on some of these. Pretty cool. Really dig this Ross Andrew Dick Giordano cover. And I believe this is Action 489. Another Whitman variant. Krypton dies again. That's an awesome cover. And Action 491 Whitman variant. Not sure who did that cover. Ross Andrew. Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano again. So, here we have Whitman Variant to DC Comics Presents number 2. Awesome Superman Flash cover by Garcia Lopez again. Really, really like this cover to DC Comics Presents number 3. Superman and Adam Strange, again by the great Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. Beautiful cover. DC Comics Presents number 14, Superman and Superboy and a boatload of kryptonite. This one's got some serious problems on the spine. Superman number 327 Whitman variant. Rich Buckler cover here of Superman and Cobra. Don't really know how Cobra would fight Superman without... Better have some kryptonite. Superman 330. Really like this. Had this issue as a kid. So cool for me now to get the Whitman variant, at least in my mind. And this is another Ross Andrew, Dick Giordano cover. And here we have Superman 332 Whitman variant. Who's this? I'm not sure who did this one. Yep, Ross Andrew again. Ross Andrew again. Very cool. And last but not least, Whitman variant to Superman 338. And it's a cool issue. It's a 40th anniversary extra length novel. It really knew how to pitch a sale to you back then. But cool cover here, Superman and Supergirl. So very happy to have gotten a good deal on all those Whitman variants. And thanks to Ira and Vin Crew for their good advice. And thank you to all of you for stopping by. I always appreciate your time. Everyone, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and enjoy your comic reading.